Welcome back to the channel, and I'm actually in the workshop. I'm going wild camping tonight or later in the or the beginning part of the evening. If I'm sounding a bit muddled up, it's because it's really early. Sorting the kids out for school. I got shopping to do. I've had the chimney swept, 2 of the bolts seized up, so I've got to go and get some stainless bolts. I've got a funeral job that I'm doing at about, oh, I can't remember, I'll have to check on that, but I think it's very late in the afternoon. So yeah, I've got to get ready, shaved, cleaned up and looking smart for that. So I've got to get packed. I'm going to be now using this rucksack, which is a lot lighter than my British Army one, but it's 70 litres, so I've got to find a way to increase the volume of this to carry all my kit. Basically, I want to take a lot of the kit that I'm going to use on the West Highland Way. Basically, we're training, so I've now got to get everything I could get in a British Army Bergen into this, and I'm going to put my side pouches from the Bergen onto this. I don't want to make it too wide, so basically I'm cobbing something up, which is pretty much in the style, vein and manner of this channel, doing everything on the cheap. I didn't pay for a new one. This is second hand and I got it at a good deal from a good friend. So basically, yeah, that's my main aim, to make something to carry all my kit from this. And on top of that, it's got to be durable. And get on with the day. Like I said, I've got lots to do, and obviously I've got that funeral, which obviously is a main priority. Well, I've made it to Dartmoor and the Avon Dam car park. I'm just going to get myself ready, check out the parking payment, whatever that is, and yeah, get up on top of the tour. Dave and Smudge are already up there in camp. Like I said, I've had work and things to do before I could even leave. The weather isn't supposed to be too good this weekend, but it's good training for Scotland. So I'm going to get myself set up and then we'll head off up the trail and onto the moor itself. Right, I'm all loaded and it's time to head up onto the moor. Last light is around 8 o'clock, so I don't really have a lot of time to spare. I'm pretty much guessing by the time I get to Black Tor, set up a tarp tent or a shelter of some description, I'm going to be pretty much at the last ends of light. So let's crack on. Well, there, I made it here. It looks like I've got rain chasing me, coming in off the tours.
Always when you come it's rain.
That's it, always when I come it's rain. Right, I've actually got my tarp tent set up there, and that's my traditional format. I haven't messed about doing the other ones that I've been practicing, because quite simply, if you look on the horizon, you can see mist, rain, and generally unpleasant weather. But I'm going to let you have a look at a little modification Dave's made to his tarp tent that actually is pretty gleaming, and it's something that I think I might adopt as well. Right, light is beginning to fade, so the camera's not going to pick up everything too brilliant, but Dave has adopted the most popular tarp tent setup. Obviously he's got his really pulled out taut, nice, and he's put a lot of effort into that. No, but not he got here earlier. But not only that, have a look at this. He's got like a ground sheet,
small one wind ground sheet, 1.2 by 900 or a metre. So I just thought, because it's quite easy to put up in the dark, just thought if it's proper windy and rainy, blowing everywhere, I thought rather than just get a face full of rain, it just keeps some of the worst of the weather out. Yeah. So. And obviously the vents help alleviate a lot of the condensation problems that you may occur. Yeah. But no, that is a pretty gleaming idea there, and it's one I think I might poach or adopt. Oh, and he's also picked up these how would you describe them? Like bungees. Yeah, we're just bungees with like a self adjuster on them. Yes. Oh, locking light. So do that.
You just pull it through and pull it.
And pull it as tight as you want.
And that's something I haven't seen. Dave's just let me have two, and I put them on my.
Off of Amazon. So
right.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. Right. Yeah. That is a gleaming setup. I like that, Dave. Yeah.
I've got a visitor.
If you got, yeah, you can keep that one tonight. Right, we're leaving the shelters there, and we're heading to the opposite side to this tour, quite simply to get out of the wind, to do a brew and something to eat. But light is beginning to go really fast now. Like I said, I think it's 8 o'clock last light. Now Smudge very sensibly has actually found a pitch right behind the tour, so he shouldn't get battered by any wind tonight. That's using your brain, I think. Right, I've got to find, where did we actually cut? I think it was here last time. What the hell's happening? Mind your thing behind. Is it far enough away?
That's right, there's only gas in there.
Oh, okay. Boom. You've had a bit of a wastage there.
A bit of wastage, a bit of wind wastage there. But, so I just want to feed the animals.
Kev's on a diet.
On a diet.
We'll see if Dartmoor ponies perform any better on chicken tikka with rice.
I've got a chili and rice. Let's see how that goes down. I think I've had it before.
But, chicken tikka with rice. There we go.
What have you got?
Chicken tikka with rice.
I think my camera's struggling with the light now.
Yeah, it's a bit dim, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got that one.
And what have you got?
Issue. Vegetable and chickpea biryani.
Very nice.
If you look at the picture, it's in the dark anyway, so it should come out alright.
All right, so that's in the dark, so yeah, it should come out alright.
Super duper.
And as per usual, I'm still waiting for it to eat mine. There's got a lot to be said for doing it with gas. It's instant and it's quick. It was his fault. He told me to put more in.
And it's blowing towards your gel bottle. I that one out, but, you know, like...
I think I will move that.
It's 10,000 milliamps. So I've got two of these. I won't care for that shot.
Yeah. So it's something to do with the fact it's been on a roaring fire.
See what it is. Kev that ain't really into the camping. We're the entertainment.
Oh yeah.
He just comes along to get cheered up.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to have such a miserable life.
Well, I forgot my ground sheet, so I'm using my Dutch Army Poncho as a ground sheet. It's quite a versatile piece of kit. I'm glad I've got it now, because it's not only just my rain covering, and we have rain coming in tomorrow and Sunday. It's also my ground sheet. So yeah, it's kind of saved the day, but I'm going to get my head down because yeah, tomorrow there's a bit of walking or hiking and it's going to be in the rain. From what we can gather, it is Dartmoor, so you kind of expect rain. Anyway, catch you tomorrow. Well, morning. It's about 8 o'clock. There's no rush. It's raining and there's a heavy fog and mist out there. So I'm going to kind of get a little bit sorted in here and get a cup of coffee on the go. And I think it's waterproof all day today. Yeah, I don't think this will be coming off. It's waterproof all day today, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
What are you planning on doing? Going for a little bit of a hike around the way?
Yeah, we'll have a little wander around there.
So on the track?
I think so, yeah. If I can get off the track in this weather, we'll be fucked.
Yeah, you don't be getting anything marshes or bogs, do we?
Oh, no. And the business so shit.
I mean, what we got? Visibility out to about 30, 40 metres, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or 50?
Yeah.
As the cloud rolls past.
Yeah, isn't it? It's like, 1 minute you can see, and next minute it's like, oh.
I see the trees, it's a bit further than that. But up here, when you're looking at the high ground, like you say, it's not. Oh, I can just see sheep. Yeah, I've cleaned my glasses on the sea now.
It's like a couple of 100 metres.
Yeah, a couple 100 metres.
But, it's fucking...
Yeah, we don't be tramping through that marsh and those baby heads like we did last time.
Well, we'll stay on tracks and things.
Well, visibility's down to about 100 metres. It did rain. My bivvy bag got wet because I slid down and had a couple inches of my feet hanging out the tarp tent. So I won't make that mistake again tonight. But yeah, not much visibility at all. I think it's going to be wet weather gear most of the day, like I've already said. I've had breakfast, we're just packing up slowly, and then we're going to find a track and do a little bit of a hike, just to acquaint ourselves with the weight on our back. So yeah, I'm going to get my stuff together and bring you back in a moment. Wrong way, guys.
No, it's just because of all the ferns, there's that little...
It's going to be a wet one. Well, we had a bit of food down at a burger van that we made our way down to the car park, which was very nice. Coming back up, the wind has increased, and I see there is a yellow wind warning. Me and Dave tried to put our tarps up, no joy, they've just been blown all over the place. Smudge has got his tent up. I've had to improvise here with my Dutch Army poncho and make a shelter tucked in between a crevice in the tour. I've managed to make a shelter. It's very rudimentary, slapped together, but it's all I can do in this wind, and Dave has done the same. I'll let you have a look. Right, there's my Dutch Army poncho. I've got a line going up to some gorse there just to help pull it out. I've got a nail actually in a crevice in the rock, and I've got two bungee guidelines keeping it taut here, with my hiking pole giving it some sort of like height and some tension on it as well. It's not that good, it's the best I can do here, but it's absolutely blowing a gale. As for room, this is what I've got underneath. Not a lot, but when you're in a pinch or a semi-emergency situation like we are here, yes, we could have sought lower ground, but yet again, everywhere down there is just a bog and a mire. Now, Smudge's tent was holding up quite well against the wind. Me and Dave had several attempts and it just was not going to work with a tarp. That's the advantage of a tent over a tarp in conditions like this. We really should have sought lower ground, but we had very few options there, so we knew we had to make the best of it. And I'm guessing that you could argue we kind of made the best of it anyway. Now, with this yellow weather warning for wind, there was no way we could ride out and wait it out for it to die down. It was due to die down in the early hours of the morning, but we still had to get a tarp up just in case it rained. As you can see, Dave is fighting the wind, but he did get a shelter together in the end, and he made the best of it. Right, let's get in and get warmed up a bit. Well, this is a view from the Dutch Army poncho, last night's home. It was a challenge to sleep. I'm right on a rock, but I did get some sleep, and the wind and rain has actually stopped now, so that's a bonus. Well, I'm not actually looking forward to getting up because of I've got wet socks and wet shoes. It was torrential. Yeah, that's part of your wet and dry drills, and you never get into your sleeping bag with wet kit. You strip right off, but come the morning you've got to get back into it. So yeah, I'm about to have one of the most unpleasant experiences known to man, putting wet socks and shoes on. I did put them up here to kind of dry off, but no, that hasn't worked. Well, it was a slow start while we all assessed what kit actually stayed dry. Morning, campers.
Morning, Andrew.
Sleep well?
Not bad, yeah.
A bit. On the positive this morning, there is a nice sunrise. I've just put my shoes and socks on, and that was a mission, I tell you. And this is camping, roughing it style, but it did work, and I've got to sort all this out and dry stuff off. Well, I've got a coffee. Smudge actually had some leftover water, so I haven't had to actually do my own coffee. Just enough to kickstart the day. Not going to get any food. I think we're going to slowly pack up and drag our wet, sorry backsides back down off this hill. But yeah, fantastic morning. There is another load of rain coming in, so I think that's due possibly this afternoon or, well, late morning, so we'll be well off the moor by that point. And yeah, just start drying kit out. That's the thing about wild camping in this weather. You know, you've just got to dry your kit out when you get home. There's just no two ways about it. It's like kit maintenance. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this in a minute. There is some mist in the valleys down there, so it is obviously temperature beginning to drop as well. But I was actually quite warm in under there, you know, surrounded by those rocks. Right, catch you in a minute. Well, the sun is drying the tarp up there, but down here I've got a bit of a lake of water. There's no odds about it, the kit is going away wet.
Yeah, be careful. You don't want to do the other eye.
Right, leave no trace, just some compressed grass where I've slept. Everything's been picked up and these guys are ready to go. When you're pushing through this bracken, you suddenly come across a load of boulders, so you've got to negotiate them as well, and they're half hidden, so watch your footing. Right. Oh. Caught up in a tree. Right, let's push down to the roadway. Cut our own detail a little bit here, I think. I did check this bit of woodland out yesterday, but there's no way we were going to get in that. The trees were moving just too much. Well, I'm back home and I've got a whirlwind of kit to dry out and sort out. But that's the thing with wild camping, there's always a beginning, and you saw me getting ready and planning and thinking about it on top of my daily tasks. Going out for 2 nights on Dartmoor and then coming back home, the extraction, coming back off the moor, getting your kit all sorted, squared away and put away in good order. Mine's still going to be in there for the next couple of hours because I've got a few things I've got to do. But I will be going through it tonight before I go to bed. So I've got that to do. Dartmoor is one of those places that a lot of people underestimate, you've heard the stories, you've heard the rumours, but because it's in the southern part of the UK, people underestimate it, underrate it. The one thing I always say is, Dartmoor, you've got to expect the unexpected. And even if the weather forecast is says it's going to be poor, poor can mean anything from just light rain to what you saw on camera here. After all, there is no coincidence or reason that the commandos and Marines don't train up here for. This is a perfect example of a training area which can push people to the limits when the weather all comes in. Yeah, so it was good. We got through it, and like I said, I'm back home now, going to be sorting kit out. I've found some deficiencies. Personally, my Dutch Army Poncho, fantastic piece of kit, saved the day as you saw, allowed me to get a very small shelter tucked in between the rocks, so that's a big plus. The downside to it is it's an ungainly piece of kit in and around you. I do prefer jackets and things like that. So I'm still figuring out whether that's going to be a mainstay of my waterproof system. This U-back, which is a black one, I've done the job. I use U-backs for a lot of my hiking and outdoor activity. You get the ventilation on the front pad, part of your body here, and your back as well, yet still regaining heat retention on your arms and shoulders. So it allows you to work hard through ventilation, yet stopping you getting chilled in parts of your body which aren't being used. So that worked very well. My new rucksack system, I've got to tweak that. And yeah, my tarp in itself, I've got some things to work on that with. But a very productive training session with the kit I brought with me and the kit I was working with. My new Merrell shoes held up very well. They did get saturated right through, as you're probably expecting. In the morning, while I was coming off the moor, with use, it was pushing moisture and damp out. And they were kind of like half wet, if that makes any sense, by the time I got back to the car. So yeah, and it also allowed us to practice our wet and dry drills. Basically, once you get totally wet and soaked through, you get into your camp or undercover, you take your wet, damp, cold kit off, you go into your warm kit, you get into your sleeping bag system, warm up, and then in the morning or whenever you're getting back out, you put your warm kit and everything back in a safe, dry location in your Bergen and go back to your already contaminated wet clothes. It's unpleasant, it's horrible, but that is one way you can retain warm kit out on the trail for multiple days and still be able to function. If you continually go to your new kit, all you're going to do is degrade every piece of kit you have in your Bergen. Obviously that comes with, you know, safety considerations. If all your kit is, you know, soaked through and temperatures are dropping and you're feeling the effects, you must get off the moor. It goes without saying. But my wet and dry drills, you know, worked out extremely well. So I'm pleased with how I'm operating when I get to myself to that point. I'm so wet. So yeah, successful training mission, and that's what it's about. Even for seasoned outdoor people, new kit, new ideas, doing things differently. Go and put it into practice before you need to do it for real. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this up, finish my coffee, get indoors, do a few things. So all that's left to be said is thanks for coming along on that trip, and take care, stay safe, and hope to catch you guys on the trail.